This video is sponsored by Brooklinen. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra, and in today's video, I'm making over a bedroom in the style inspired by Joanna Gaines with a fun, agey twist. If you guys want to see more videos just like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have so many fantastic makeovers coming out this fall, and if you hit that subscribe button, then you'll be notified when we release a new one. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. Tiffany reached out to me and asked for help with her bedroom. Her and her partner recently just got engaged, and they're really looking for a bedroom that feels more grown up and ready for this next huge chapter in their lives. So let's take a look at what the space looks like now. This bedroom is quite tiny, as you guys can see. The bed takes up most of the room, and it looks like they have a bench at the end of the bed, which they're using to store some extra clothing. They've got side tables on either side, but it looks like they are mismatched. It's kind of making the whole space feel darker than maybe it really is. This is gonna be a challenge, I think, because the room is so tiny, but let's jump on a call with Tiffany and see what she's envisioning for this space.
Hello.
Hi.
For this portion of the video, basically, I normally have a chat with makeover recipients just to walk through what's working, what's not working.
We're really excited to receive this makeover. Actually been such a huge fan of yours for a while. I loved when you were doing the videos for Chatelaine. I've been watching ever since you started your channel. So this is really exciting for me.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear you're excited.
Thanks. Yeah.
Tell me about your space and what's working about it and what's not working.
We moved downtown together in November, and this space is honestly so great. We've really made it home, and the bedroom and upstairs areas just kind of where we've fallen off. We were going really hard into making over the space, and then just kind of stopped. And so it's kind of just a mishmash of random items that we've just kind of collected over the years. It doesn't really feel like a grown-up space. I was joking that my boyfriend still uses a Batman pillowcase.
Right.
It's comfortable. We have a nice king bed and everything, but it would just be nice to have it feel like a grown-up, relaxing, cozy space. Our dog also sleeps in that room with us, so having a spot for him to sleep is really important.
I've heard your dog is so cute. I can't wait to meet him.
Oh my God, he is the fluffiest little thing. He is just so cute.
Yeah, I've heard.
It's his world and we're just living in it.
No, I get it. We noticed that your dog sleeps in the bench and that it's covered.
Yeah.
Does your dog need a covered space to sleep, or could we add an open kind of dog bed in this space?
He kind of when he's sleeping in the kitchen, he kind of likes to shove his head under the stove, so it seems like he wants to be covered and against something.
Right.
It might be nice just to have a spot that he could feel kind of tucked in and cozy.
Okay, that's good to know, because I have a few ideas for the dog bed situation.
With the bench, right now it's just kind of a catch-all space where clothes that have been worn just kind of get piled up. It's just kind of a surface that we can have our fan blowing on us.
It's such a small space, and your bed is a king size, which I love because I think everyone should just get a king size. It's life-changing.
I'm an awful sleeper. I kick my boyfriend so much in his sleep, so he was there's no way we can do a queen bed anymore.
I looked at your inspo and I feel it's very neutral, but then you have those dark kind of tones juxtaposed against the light, very Joanna Gaines, chic farmhouse. Am I on the right track with that?
When making over the space downstairs, it really ended up kind of being a combination of industrial kind of farmhouse feel. And so I think we kind of want to carry that upstairs. In one of the photos, there was leather in it. Yeah, those kind of materials and tones and colors and stuff are what we really like. A space for both of us to feel comfortable in.
That's really kind of what I had pulled out of your inspo. Natural elements, comfy, cozy. The reason I love Joanna Gaines' design specifically too is because She really designs well for 2 people.
It just kind of feels like a cluttered, unfinished space. And yeah, I just want it to feel, you know, like our little like oasis.
Yay. Okay, well, thank you for jumping on this call. I feel like I have such a great idea of what you need, what's working, what's not working.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
So here's what I gathered from the call. This is indeed a very tiny room, and it was feeling smaller than I think it actually is because they have a king size bed and they want to keep this size of bed. They really like it. I don't blame them. I also have a king bed and it's chef's kiss, but it is taking up most of the room. So it looks like there's limited room for side tables. They have storage areas, tons of closets in the rest of their apartment. So Tiffany is really looking for me to just add beautiful decor pieces to this space and make it feel as cozy as possible. I always love decorating these spaces because I really get to lean into the aesthetic of it all, which you guys know I love. I definitely want to lean into Joanna Gaines' style. A lot of people think Joanna Gaines just does farmhouse design, but there's a lot of traditional elements woven throughout, modern, like classic touches. What I love about her design is that if you are a farmhouse lover, you can really lean into it, but there's also elements of her design style that you can carry out if you don't love rustic farmhouse style. This is an example of one of Joanna Gaines' bedroom designs. She makes them look so beautiful and textured by using lots of layers of things. So this is like a black and white room, and then she has a couple pops of color, and that's exactly what I want to do in Tiffany's room as well. There's not a lot of space to work with, so there's only so many pieces I can put in, but the pieces that I do put in her bedroom need to count. So that definitely goes for the bed, really the hero piece of this room, which is why I'm thinking of choosing this beautiful leather headboard. It has this quilted pattern on the headboard part. It's just warm and inviting, and the leather of it definitely leans into that Joanna Gaines, like laid back, rustic look. I'm also going to enlist Graham to make a custom bench at the end of their bed. I'm thinking he can also make a dog bed that goes under the bench so it has an enclosed top, but then they can move the bed for Sprout out around the house or around their room if they want to. I also really want to lean into different tones of wood to lean into that rustic element, but then keeping it really modern with some beautiful gold statement table lamps. Muted, warm neutrals with black accents woven throughout, just like warm texture. And then of course, I really need to pay attention to the bedding. Since this bed is pretty much the only thing you see when you walk into this room, the bedding has got to count. And I really want to make it look like it belongs in a hotel room, which is why I am using Brooklinen bedding. I have used Brooklinen sheets in my own home and in many makeovers, and I cannot recommend them enough. Usually quality luxury bedding can cost up to $500, but Brooklinen cuts that cost almost in half. They also make the shopping experience so simple through their online website, so you can shop from the comfort of your home. They have 20 plus colors and patterns to choose from and to mix and match. You can also see that their website has 100,000 5-star reviews, more than any other online bedding company. Brooklinen kindly sent Tiffany and her partner Colt the hardcore sheet bundle, which includes a core sheet set, extra pillowcases, and a duvet cover. This set is perfect for hot sleepers because it keeps you cool and dry throughout the night. I'm also mixing and matching the colors of sheets to make this bed look very textured and give it more depth. They also sent me a gorgeous quilt that is very Joanna Gaines. Brooklinen sheets are truly so comfortable and I love sleeping in them. If you want to get your own sheet bundle, use my discount code for $20 off any purchase over $100 by clicking the link down below in the description box or using my code Alexandra G. So first things first, Graham is gonna go into Tiffany and Colt's home and start to paint out the bedroom.
I just got to Tiffany's bedroom, and before I get started painting on the walls behind me, I gotta remove all of this furniture and clean this massive king-size mattress out of here. So low, so it should be kind of interesting.
We're going for simply white on the walls, classic creamy white, and they can't paint the room with any dark colors. Their landlord is totally fine if they paint light colors on the wall, but no dark colors. For the accent wall, I want to try this new color called Florentine Plaster, also by Benjamin Moore. It's a beigey color with like hints or maybe tints of green to it, and it's really leaning into that rustic, like warm feeling. It's a new color on this channel. I really had to expand the paint repertoire. Now that Graham has painted the whole room, it looks amazing. It is time for the prep day. Now, as you guys know, usually it's Amanda, Alana, Graham, and I getting the space prepped for reveal day. But here's the thing. Amanda's in New York, bopping along to Harry Styles. Alana's sick. I got sick a week before reveal day, and I actually have to quarantine until we reveal the space to Tiffany and Colt tomorrow. This has never happened in Team AG history, ever. The fact that I have not yet seen the space and Graham is prepping it is so bizarre to me, but thank goodness I have Graham and just like my whole team around me to make sure that this makeover gets done and happens. Usually our prep days are a full day. We're doing so many things, getting the space really ready for the reveal. But because I really want to be there to make this space happen, Graham is just building the article bed and he's covering it with cardboard, so it's a surprise for me and also a surprise for you, though I'm assuming you've seen hints of it in this time lapse. Hey guys, I am at Tiffany's. This has never happened before, but this is the first day I'm actually seeing this space. It's been a bit of a whirlwind trying to get this bedroom ready, but I'm so excited that we're finally gonna make it over today. So as you guys saw, Graham painted the accent wall. It's this really beautiful beigey color. It has almost like green undertones. He also built the bed, which we've kept covered because I want to surprise you guys and uncover it near the end of the makeover. It is so not me to not be putting a pendant light up, but I'm so happy we found this at Lowe's. I really think this is gonna make the space, and it's also functional. Graham is just wiring the ceiling fan to the ceiling, and he just taught me something new. You actually can't put a ceiling fan in just any ceiling. It's not like changing a light, but a ceiling fan requires a wooden joist. A wooden joist?
Yeah.
In some cases, you have to replace the electrical box. The electrical box?
Yeah.
In some cases, you have to replace the electrical box to a more heavy duty one like this. Graham basically said that if you just install a ceiling fan in like a drywall ceiling, it'll spin and then just like fly off, which would not be fun.
No.
Good news is that Tiffany's ceiling is concrete, so it's super secure. We don't need to do anything extra or fancy. The moral of this story is to consult a Graham. I am like for sure gonna fall through this bed.
No, you're good.
Amanda's like, this is not funny. And she's not wrong. In my like gingham dress, like not the best choice of attire for today. Oh, yeah. I got it. Okay, screw please.
It's on the tip.
Don't drop it, 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 don't drop it.
Just use another screw.
Ah, the fly is like on my face. The fly needs to peace out. I think that's good.
I can see from here the screw's not in.
What if you just called Taylor up?
Is that a song reference?
What would happen if you just called Taylor up?
What would happen if you just called Taylor up?
Taylor Lautner?
No.
Doesn't he own a shirt?
I hope he's doing well.
Do you know him?
No.
Okay. Graham zip tied his overalls.
Well, I kept falling down.
Well, how do you take them off?
It's a little challenging.
Who knew a ceiling fan could be so beautiful? It feels warm and traditional, but still is such a functional piece for Tiffany and Colt. Now we are moving on to curtains. So unfortunately, this window is not centered to the wall, and I made a bit of a mistake. I definitely should have gone for a longer curtain rod so that we could kind of fake the window being centered. That being said, it would have been a full wall of curtains, which I don't know is really the look we're going for. So instead I'm just embracing it, but I am using a curved curtain rod. This is more traditional feeling than like the modern curtain rod I usually go for. And I'm hanging these beautiful linen curtains and I'm using clips to make it look really casual. These are just a really simple way to make your window treatments look more traditional. These are off Amazon and I'll link them down below, super affordable. I did play with the orientation of this space and the furniture. We use a program called Smart Draw. I moved things around, but this is really the only wall the bed would work best on. So I'm making the best of it and really trying to make a feature out of this wall using these beautiful soft curtains. I want it to be a soft feeling backdrop, make it airy and warm, so I think the linen curtains really do that. One of the walls in their bedroom actually has water damage, and in the beginning planned to maybe put the bed against that wall, but didn't want to risk hanging anything on that wall because it wasn't super sturdy. I'm just trying to make kind of a statement out of this window and really soften it with these linen curtains. Moving on to the rug. Now, for a bedroom, you want to make sure that your rug fits at least 3/4 of the way down from your bed. You don't want it to be too small. You want it to fit underneath the bed with at least 2 legs on the rug. I went like that, but I meant that. 2 legs on the rug, or all 4 legs on the rug, but that means you have a huge bedroom. So Amanda asked a really good question off camera, and I'm gonna use this as a teachable moment. So Amanda was like, would you actually need a big bedroom though to put all 4 legs of your bed on the rug? And the answer is yes, because you want to have space on either side of the rug and at the base of the rug, which means you'd have to have a huge bedroom, unless you had a twin bed. But basically, guys, more likely you're in the situation that you would probably have 2 legs on the rug. But you don't want it like the rug just to stop at like the bottom 2 legs. You want it to be at least 2/3 of the way up. Okay, really exciting. It's time to take all the cardboard off this bed. I haven't seen it in person, so also I put it in my hair. I'm side-eyeing Amanda because she likes continuity. Okay, nice, nice. Look at that leather. Leather? Oh yeah. It's like luxe, actually. Wow. Before I bring in the mattress, I'm putting these under bed article storage bins that I actually have in my own bedroom. I love them so much. And this is gonna give Tiffany and Colt just extra storage for seasonal items. You could definitely get budget-friendly storage bins for under your bed. I wanted to give them something a little more elevated. These are solid wood and they're this black tone so that they look really beautiful too. Functional, beautiful, we love it. So my new slogan, functional, beautiful, we love it. Now I'm hanging this metal planter to fill this space on the side of the bed that has much more wall to it because the window is so far to the left.
Okay, I can't reach.
Is there something we can... I've got an idea.
Clever. Graham rigged up a stick for me.
It's like a carnival game.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, judges,
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Woo! Hanging this fun plant, I'm gonna insert the name here because I know so many of you are gonna ask me. I use the same one in my kitchen makeover.
Is it that one?
Oh my God, it is. Can we look up what this is called?
Is it called a fishbone cactus?
Yes, it is. It is. Yay, Amanda. So this is called a fishbone cactus. So many of you ask me about this plant whenever I post it on my Instagram. Yeah, that's what it is. Well done. Loved the rig. Where did you find this pole? I found this gorgeous art print at HomeSense. I really wanted to pick a print that felt more traditional. This was such a budget find and I think it looks beautiful on this wall. A note that I'm not hanging anything on the opposite wall. As I mentioned, it has water damage on it, so we have to stay away from that wall. I love how this space is coming together. So now I am making the bed with these beautiful Brooklinen sheets. I am going for a dark fitted sheet with matching pillowcases. And then for the duvet, I'm doing more of a creamy white to make it feel warm but pulled together. If you want to know the secret to making your bed look like it belongs in a hotel room, it's using a second comforter or duvet. Now it's time to steam the whole thing, and I used this as another teachable moment for Graham. I taught him how to make a bed. Enjoy. Okay, so I'd love to know what you think the next step is.
Fluffing?
No. Okay, we're gonna fold it under.
Interesting.
Yeah, under was... that was not in the deck.
We have to hide the buttons. Okay, yeah. Is yours crisp?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, pretty much isn't good enough, Graham.
That's not good enough!
I see a big lump in the middle.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's on your side.
Okay, now I'm gonna steam it. Thank you for your service.
That's all.
Well, thank you very much for the lessons. I will take what I learned today back home and I'll let you know how it goes.
I know I was a little bit harsh on Graham, but he can't be good at everything, you know? And then on top of that, I'm adding this gorgeous quilt that I really want for my own home. There has to be that quilt somewhere in this book. Like, it is so Joanna Gaines' style, like lots of pillows, lots of texture. I also didn't tuck the duvet in at the bottom, replicate this like cozy casual vibe she has going. Graham, what do you rate it out of 10?
This so far?
This so far.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, great. Do you feel inspired?
Yes.
Now I'm placing these side tables on either side of the bed. These were the only side tables I could find that fit on either side of this king size bed on our timeline without going super custom. These were also from HomeSense, such a good budget find, and I love how well they pair with this beautiful leather headboard. To go on top of these side tables is probably one of my favorite additions to this bedroom. It's these gold lamps with these metal bases. These were a HomeSense find. They were under $60, which is such a steal. These, I also feel like are maybe a little modern for Joanna Gaines' style, but this is the Joanna Gaines AG twist, you know? We're like twisted it up. Pieces like this in a room where there's not a ton of space to add decor, these are like statement. I love the juxtaposition against the rustic elements. These are super modern, super fresh. I love playing with the different styles. Next, it's time to place that bench that I enlisted Graham to build. So this bench, fun fact, is actually a reclaimed piece. Graham reclaimed it from a coffee shop that Graham and I both love to go to. One of Graham's good friends is the owner, and it's actually where Team AG and I go almost every Friday to have happy hour drinks. So I've converted the whole team. Actually, there was one night where I walked past and I saw Alexandra sitting outside, and I was like, okay, I guess this is a cool spot. So it was sitting outside for 5 years, which means it needed a lot of love. First thing Graham did was separate the base from the top. The top is actually made from beautiful original barnwood. This is like an amazing find for free. To fill any gaps and holes in the barnwood, he used black epoxy. Then Graham sanded down the metal frame with 150 grit sandpaper to remove any rust. He then went in with matte black rust paint to coat the metal and seal it against any further rusting. I love the pop of black, I love the industrial legs of this piece, and that he was able to bring the metal back to its original form. This barnwood was super beat up from sitting outside for over 5 years. So he used 80, 150, and 220 grit sandpaper to bring the wood back to its original form. Next, he used a router to curve the edges and make the entire piece of wood really smooth. He cleaned the surface with a cloth and then applied 2 coats of English chestnut stain to darken the color of the wood. I actually asked Graham to use English chestnut because I wanted the tone of the wood to be different than the side tables. I wanted to play with different tones of wood in this space, and English chestnut is one of my go-to stain colors to use. Next, Graham sealed and protected the wood with a satin polyurethane, which gives the wood a really shiny look to it. This is a Graham tip: sand the polyurethane with a fine grit sandpaper before you apply the last coat. Graham, this looks amazing! What the heck?
You know, tie your shoe.
Yeah, you could like read. If this bench didn't blow your mind enough, there's a second part to it. I needed Graham to build a dog bed that could be moved around the room for Sprout. I needed it to also be enclosed, but not take up too much room. So of course, Graham, being the genius that he is, built this custom to the size of the bench. Are you guys ready? First, Graham bought a sheet of laminated hobby board from the hardware store, and we actually asked Tiffany to measure her dog Sprout. We asked for the height, the width, and the length, and Graham used these measurements to make the base of the bed, kind of like a template. Graham then cut additional pieces from the same piece of hobby board, and these are gonna form the outside of the bed. They're gonna have gaps between them so it's not super enclosed for Sprout, and it can let a little bit of light in. These strips had to be the perfect height so that the bed fit under the bench. So if you're doing the same hack, you wanna make sure you measure the height under the bench before you start cutting your strips. And I would say make them like 1/2 inch to 1 inch shorter so you have room to slide it in and out. Graham then secured the strips to the base of the bed with a brad nailer and wood glue. He used a spacer to make sure the strips were evenly spaced apart. Graham's then going in with wood filler to cover the nail holes, and he's sanding everything down once the wood filler is dry. Graham then placed a drop sheet down and spray painted the dog bed the same color as the legs so it all ties in really nicely together. Oh my goodness. So not only is this a dog bed that now has an enclosed top because of the bench, but they can take this out, they can move it to different places in the bedroom, and now Sprout has like a stylish and comfy little home. I am dying. Graham, what can you not do? To make this little sign that says Sprout House, Graham actually soldered it into the wood, so he basically burned it into the wood, and I think this now looks like a custom piece you would find on Etsy. It's amazing. So the beauty of this bench and the dog bed is that they can both be really easily moved, and they can access the underbed storage from this side or this side. So they can keep seasonal items in there, things they don't reach for all the time. And then to add even more storage, I'm putting these woven baskets underneath these leather handles. These are so beautiful. Extra storage for everything and anything, and they just fit so nicely under here. What a whirlwind this day has been. It is now finally time for the finishing touches, those things that are really just gonna make this space shine. I'm hanging this art print by the bed. I decided to add in a bit of blue. Adding in like a hit of an unexpected color just makes a design more interesting. Adding a little vase of eucalyptus, very farmhousey Joanna Gaines style. A few coffee table books on the bench. And with that last piece complete, it is time to bring in Tiffany and Colt for the reveal. Close your eyes.
Okay, close my eyes.
Okay, don't open until I say so, okay? So walk me through what your space looked like before.
It was very bare bones. There was really not much in there other than a rug.
The little bit of furniture that we did have did not match. We didn't have a headboard, so it didn't really feel like a grown-up space.
No.
You guys just got engaged, congrats. The goal really was to make this space feel like cozy and warm. I'm getting so nervous. Are you guys ready?
Oh my God, yes.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, this is like a hotel. Oh my God, look at Sprout's house. Do you like it?
Oh my God.
I've never had such a beautiful space before. This is so beautiful.
So nice.
I can't believe this is the same room. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. Hi. Do you like your bed? Thanks again to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to click the link in my description box below and use code AlexandraG for $20 off any order over 100. As always, I will see you guys next time. Bye. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.